Welcome back to the final week of the regular season for season number 1. We're going to be taking on the Buffalo Bills yet again. We barely won against them just a week ago. Last episode, I recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Jeromepkr obviously had an unbelievable game against us. We were still able to find a way to win though. And once again, here we are headed on to the final game. This will be an episode where there's only one game played, but the main reason for that is not only because we have the playoffs coming up, but also the fact that we have stats and awards we need to look at, which usually takes at minimum 5 to 10 minutes because we want to see how the whole league went, who won every award and how each team's players played specifically. But in case you are new to this series, which welcome, or maybe you missed an episode, boo, I'm just kidding, you do you. This is what the team looks like. We have a couple of upgrade points as well, probably some milestones that have been hit. And defensively, a little bit as well. Christian Gonzalez obviously did his thing with, was it 2 interceptions? I can't remember. He at least had one weekly award. We're about to find out, I suppose. It is not. It was actually Jonathan Jones with 2 interceptions. McConkey, the player of the week for the AFC. Really unfortunate that we gave that up because he's actually right on the tail of Jalen Polk, actually, for the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. And, of course, we also have to pay attention to the division as well. Like, do the Dolphins have a chance to slip up, or is this automatically sold? Like, do they already have it? How do we find out? Let's actually look at our division. Then we look at some other things. So obviously, our points against are terrible, but our points for are pretty damn good. Road wins, division wins. So I think no matter what, no, because we're playing the Bills here. Yeah, I think we have to play this on. I think the tiebreaker goes deep enough to the point where I wish they would actually put something in the game because, I'm not that versed into, what's going on here. I don't want to look all the way into all the analytics. I'm actually going to look it up. I'm going to look into the exact tiebreaker here, if there is one. So first, it goes by your head-to-head matchup. So obviously, we lost that first game pretty badly, and then we won the second one. Then it goes by best win-loss percentage in games played within the division. So obviously if we win this one and the Dolphins lose, we would both be 4-2. Then it's win-loss in the conference. Okay, here we go. We've got something new. Damn, it was actually right there I could have looked at. Win-loss in the conference, which I think was also, ironically enough, very close. Let's see. It is, where's the conference? It's the division. The AFC. Oh, so we are out. We're not out, but you know what I mean. We can't win the division because it's within the conference. So, yeah, strength of victory and all that as well, which I would say their strength of victory because their win-loss percentage is higher. Yeah, so no matter what, we cannot improve our seed, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I want to see the other one. The other screen's way easier to look at. It's so much easier to look at. Here it is. So we have the 5 seed. And the 6th seed is currently at 9 wins. So yeah, no matter what, we cannot improve our seeding. You might see a little bit from the starters, but we probably will sit them after maybe the first or second quarter. So this is going to be a little bit of a different one where we're going to be actually seeing the backups, which could play a factor. We haven't really seen too many injuries, but you would think sooner or later it's going to happen. Of course, let's take a look at the Bills' injuries. We obviously had that 1-week buffer between them. But we also don't want them to make the playoffs. So do you not maybe, if things are close, try to beat them? I was about to say beat them off, but that's for a completely different occasion. If we get really desperate. Of course, we already kind of know a lot about this team. We're going to say defend. It's hard to tell because this Bills team is all over the place. They literally hit you with anything they can. We're going to defend medium, and then we're going to run inside, I think is going to be the game plan. And of course, we also have more players on the list now because our coaches have leveled up. Demario Douglas could make the list in fairness. O-line definitely needs some work. Uche, probably. I think that's the group. And we do have a lot of upgrades we will get into. Let's start top to bottom. Normally we go worst to first, but I'm just going top to bottom here. Christian Gonzalez. Once again, we have those base sliders on because I was like, hey, feels like the sliders, the XP is pretty high, especially for the young players developing, and that has been the case. I also wonder if maybe they play it into the factor of keeping dev regression on, but I'm pretty sure it's widely regarded that almost nobody keeps that on. Let me know in your guys' franchises if your dev regression on, especially for rebuilds. I feel like no one does because it's so hit or miss. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to. But Jalen Polk, 2 to deep route, 2 to release, 1 to short route, 1 to medium route, 2 to catch in traffic, 1 to catching, some break tackle. He's had a glow up, but in fairness, he deserves it because he's over 1,000 yards on the year. He has double-digit touchdowns. He's having a top 20 year. Ojulari, obviously, he's played pretty well. His development hasn't been that great, so maybe lower the corner and wide receiver sliders, and we're cooking. Really good upgrade there, though. 3 to block shed, 2 to finesse. Puts him at 79 finesse, 75 block shed. We love to see that. And then Marte Mapu is going to be your other guy when it comes to upgrading, and that kind of matters. The rest are more or less backups. 3 to block shed, which is nice, as his zone coverage is already a lot higher than his block shed. And, of course, we will still take a look because obviously Jaheim Bell has played pretty well when he actually gets out there. And with that being said, could be the future at the tight end position. We'll see. He's obviously young, coming in as a rookie this year. And then speaking of rookies, Joe Milton, field general, 65 overall now, with 3 medium. Not bad. And here it is, the final game of the regular season. Technically nothing on the line for us. Jonathan Jones with 3 picks this season. Only 2 of them came last week, but technically nothing on the line for us, but you want to still be as fresh as possible while trying not to get injured. But also, if we can knock the Bills out of the playoffs, which if they lose, they are 100% out, that is a little extra prize. Really sucks that this isn't a snow game, but what can you do? The final game of the year, a lot on the line for the Buffalo Bills. Us, on the other hand, we're just here for a good time, trying to stay healthy, trying to stay fresh enough for those playoffs. Have no idea who we're going to be playing against. Could even be the Dolphins, I think, because we're like high seed, they're low seed, right? I think that could actually be our opponent, which I do not look forward to. I am not looking forward to that potential matchup. So you even maybe argue that we should have looked at... Nah, I think, once again, there's no options. We can't increase or decrease our seeding, so we're just existing. We're just out here. So we'll probably play the starters for, maybe the first or second quarter. If it looks like we might be, in a fight to the death here, and we feel like maybe we want this Buffalo Bills team to be sent home without a playoff spot or a chance at one, maybe we'll keep them in. We're going to play it by ear. If we're seeing a lot of hits on Drake May, we're seeing a lot of hits in general, we're seeing players slow to get up, yeah, we're gonna probably call the starters short. Of course, wearing red against the team kind of known to wear red, mainly blue in fairness, but it's fine. Got to hype up this game somehow because the fans know that there's not really much going on here, even though it's a division rival matchup, as Jelani will take him down to the 25-yard line. There goes Josh Allen, who, once again, his yards and his touchdowns are a bit low for what we would expect from Josh Allen, but still, they're still technically in the running for it. They still have a chance to maybe sneak in. We're going to be bringing a little bit of a blitz from Mr. Jawan Bentley, and they're going to motion. I'm going to need the safety to actually get over there, and Barmore is going to blow up the play. A loss of 2 on the run. So much misdirection. Our guys are like, let's just run straight. Let's see what happens if we do that. As Jelani's going to be out there. Man, we know this team. We've seen these plays so many times. They run a lot of those, like, trick-type plays. Huge hit. It will gain them a few, about 7 yards, but it's 3rd and 5. Going to bring the motion from us. Going to move pre-snap over to that side. Get Peppers up a little bit. Barmore trying to make a play, try to swat, couldn't. It's a really good throw, and guess who? Keon Coleman, who kind of diced this up last time, is going to get about 31 on that play. First one of the day. First of probably many, if we're going to be honest. Jonathan Jones kind of getting torched. Might be our number 1 positional need in the draft is corner. Jonathan Jones is obviously, he's regressing, he's getting older, and in general, we need someone younger with higher, a higher ceiling, really. Fresh set of downs for the Buffalo Bills. Motion. Move him over. Is it going to be another fake out? It will be a good coverage play. We got too many players to cover. And he throws it away smartly. We were baiting that out. If he would have threw back over to, I don't even know who it was. Was it Dalton Kincaid? I don't even know who's really, to be fair, it was. I think it was Dalton Kincaid. He would have been blown up, I think. So 2nd and 10 instead of a potential like 2nd and 17. Kind of creeping over there. Got to be careful because you don't know what he's going to run. And inside, wide open. I mean, we're just not on anyone so far. Shakir with an easy 1st down. Got to say, we're not looking playoff ready. And you got to remember, these are the starters. You can argue, oh, they have nothing to play for. But at the end of the day, when you step out on that field and you're starting, you're a player. I mean, not even a starter. Just you're stepping out on the field. You are trying to win. If it's preseason, okay, sure, I guess. But this is not preseason. I'm going to try to run it. Oh, I thought it was going to be a QB draw, and he spins and gets blasted. 3rd and 2. They got a lot of players up, so do we. Running peppers. Could have Keon Coleman running like some sort of slant, something quick. And we step up. And there goes Keon Coleman. Nice hit, though. Jawan Bentley knocks that away, and that will be likely a field goal. You got to argue, though, maybe you go for it all if you're them. Although, at the same time, the smart thing probably would be to keep the score low if you're them, because if they keep it low enough early on, that's probably when I will, pull the starters, and I'm not going to re-put them out there just to close out the game. So if they keep it low enough, early enough, that might be enough for us to be like, okay, well, the backups are coming in. If they win, they win, We can keep up with the backups, basically. But Drake May, I don't even think he's number 1 on Offensive Rookie of the Year. Just too many turnovers. Still a really good season, obviously. The yards and touchdowns are great. Just a lot of picks. I do think it's a little absurd to be, that overly, I don't even know, focus on the turnovers when he's a rookie. And that's a really good throw. And what is Hunter Henry doing? When we go for those aggressive catches, I want an aggressive catch that's he's going for the ball. He's jumping in front of the ball. I don't want some, stupid jump up when the ball's at knee level play. What are we doing with that? And we're gonna have just enough time. Not really. Trying to throw across our body, not gonna get it there to Polk. But yeah, that animation I just don't understand. I really don't understand why you got a guy jumping up when the ball's at knee level without a jump. We're gonna barely get that screen off, but it's gonna be enough. The patience from Drake May. Look at the blasting on the truck. The patience of Drake May to deliver right as he's being hit. Last possible moment. The play opens up. The blocks are set. And that will be, what a play. A first down on a 3rd down long conversion. Who'd expect back-to-back screen passes? I know it's probably not good for our offensive line to be running like that, but we're going to do it anyways. And there's going to be a wide open look again. Let's see him. Oh, he gets trucked. Trying to truck again, can't. Massive first down, the number 1 yards back in the league. All-purpose and receiving. Does it again. Wide open on the screen, good block one-on-one, and then it's that extra at the end where he just runs right through the corner and just, buries again for another, 7-8 yards. A drive that you could argue should have never even existed, has continued to exist. It's now the first down at the 18-yard line. Maybe not a great cutback as we get nothing. Got the corner routes underneath. Usually don't actually get open on this. No, it's actually wide open. Baker, first down. Nope, going to get 8. Little underthrown again. Took a long time to throw that because obviously we're looking at the that end zone look, that corner route. Roll out with Drake May, and they are late to the party. Drake May going to take a hit. Doesn't fumble, doesn't get the touchdown. Those are the kind of scary plays where you're like, maybe you shouldn't be starting these guys. Can Ramondre add another touchdown to the season total? He can easily. Into the end zone, we find a way. We have the lead. Not a great start for the Bills as they find themselves backed up 5 on a false start. Another motion. These plays haven't necessarily worked for them this game. Trying to make a play, and oh, that's a really nice play there by Keon Coleman. Gonzalez not in bad position, but the throw kind of allowed him to jump in front of it. Positioning-wise was good, but the throw he threw him open, really. Long story short, Arte needed a line. Little double move, zig inside, and there goes Josh Allen taking a big hit, as he always does, for 6 or 7 on the scramble and the first down. Wait a minute. Cover 2. Oh, we just got smoked, and yep, it doesn't matter. Cover 2 or not. Down the middle of the field is destroyed. And Buffalo will score a touchdown. I didn't even know they had MVS, but apparently they do. We throwing the ball here. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Polk gets slammed. We talked about that. Too many hit sticks early on could be enough to cause us to pull the guys as well. Baker down the sideline. Maybe. Not really. And that's a pretty good throw, and Douglas is going to catch it. Don't know who that was, but somebody had a chance to drop back, and they tried to, but they just weren't quick enough. And we will... I like this look. I'm going to hike it before half, or not half, for the second quarter, as Ramondre rolls over a bunch of players for 9. Good decision as we enter the second quarter down 3, but driving. Probably only going to see the starters for the rest of this quarter, and then we're gonna pull them. Unless we see an injury before then yeah, we're gonna pull them even earlier. Halfback stretch. I'm gonna actually change this into a power play. Kind of want to have that cutback option. And there it is. It's not much, but it's enough. All right, read option. Hasn't really been our friend. Made the right read, but unfortunately, so did the defender. We lose a yard. If our quarterback is running, it is usually good for the defense. Let's get a curl route, and that's kind of intersecting then. What can I really do with this? I want to get a freaking penalty. We got intersecting routes left and right. This is bad. Yeah, this is bad. Throw it away. Oh, it's going to be grounding too. Should have called a timeout, to be honest. It just didn't work out. It was an ugly play, and probably did have someone open. I just didn't read the play because there was so much congestion. We lose 16 on the grounding. Yeah, I say it, but there actually wasn't anyone open. Maybe you throw the running back now, but that linebacker is still in position to jump any of those routes. You know what time it is? Hopefully the defense doesn't remember what time it is because we need this screen pass. It'd be a long field goal, but could get in field goal range. Nope, we're not even going to get into punt range as we get hit before we even have the screen develop. Ed Oliver smokes us, and that'll be a 4th and 37. I mean, I don't know what you want from us there. You know, the running back is still coming out there, and it just didn't work out. Behringer, we can just max the kick. There is nobody in sight. We have the center down there before everyone else, for the most part. I mean, he's right there. He's one of the first 5 there. Pretty bad. We got to be quicker than that, as Josh Allen and company are with ball and with lead. Trying to get out there with Bentley. Not going to get there. Try to get vertical. He gains 7. Come with the blitz. Who's even blitzing? We got a bunch of linebackers. Wade, free rush, but of course, they didn't really press well, and some of guys didn't even come up at all. Wait, who was... It wasn't even Shakir earlier that caught that ball. I think it was Curtis Samuel, actually, that caught one of the passes earlier when I called it Shakir. I seen the 1, and I was like, yeah, that's Shakir. Forgot about the 0. 2nd and 7. Defense is slowly getting eaten up. Jelani, we're at that cutback lane. Huge hit, though. Duggar, I believe it was. Only a gain of 1. 3rd and 6. Problem is that it feels like this down has just been really bad for us this whole game so far. Oh, my God, we're not ready. Trying to get over there with Jones. He doesn't even throw it to him for some reason. It's enough for the first down anyways, but... Yeah, you can't, like, move any player pre-snap. Otherwise, the moment, like, they start moving, they assume you want that guy standing there still. Like, the moment I'm off the player is the moment I want them to resume what they would normally do. You know, like, what are we doing? And Josh Allen basically just threw it across his own guy's head. 2:31 in the second. I mean, if they can continue this drive, they are really setting themselves up time-consuming-wise. And there's nobody there again. First down again. I don't know how to stop them. You get all these like curl-type plays and slants and short outs. They got all these plays that are like mixing us up. And that's going to be in some trouble. Oh, he's wide open. Really good throw, though, as Cook is going to get a nice gainer all the way to the 8-yard line. I thought he was just going to run. Could have actually had a lead block for Cook, but that was just as good. We will get one final drive before half, in fairness, but it could be us down by 10 with that drive. And we're up there with Peppers. Good D. Loss of 2. Barmore. Also don't want our ego to be deflated if we keep the starters in for the second half and then still lose. Got a couple of wide open players here. I can't really leave them. Somebody's got to step up. Who is that? Is that the backup? Who just threw that? Josh Allen has a pulled hamstring. I didn't even know. It was a good run anyways. And he's going to score a touchdown regardless. The Bills' season on the line, and Josh Allen's out for a quarter. I mean, if we want to try to keep this thing competitive, we really need to score on this drive because, like I said, starters coming out next quarter. Go to Henry. They just kept backing up for some reason. Got verticals, which this like type of verticals has really not done me well. It's been a tough one for Henry again, who does catch it. And once again, shows off underrated speed. Misleading speed, if you will. A couple of really fast players have been torched by him this season because they just maybe hesitate. I'm not even sure. Underneath to Polk. It's a really good play. Polk, I try to cut it inside. We have 3 timeouts, a lot of clock. I figured, you know, setting up hard on that outside and then cutting inside last second. Can we do a corner? I mean, I kind of like that corner route. It's going to be a tough one, but Henry is going to catch it inside the 5. This has been a masterful drive so far. And even though they got a backup in, I don't mind wasting a little bit of clock. Like, sure, they could. Oh, God, what am I doing? Stevenson could score. Stevenson falls forward to the 2. But, yeah, we could give them the ball back, and they can actually make a mistake. But at the same time, I'm just trying to get the score. It's not been guaranteed. Whatever gets us in the end zone is going to be the play I run. Outside there, Douglas, easy. See how many players went inside the moment it looked like a run because Stevenson is that type of dude, and it just left that bubble wide open. And we will get a score to bring it back to 3. It's also only fair that we put our backups in since they have their backup in. I can't believe he got injured, though. Haven't really seen many injuries against us. Oh, Uche just gets slammed. And, oh, risky one. He catches it, apparently. I don't know if I really truly believe that, but it's a 4-yard play. I guess they could booth review it. Can't believe they actually said he caught it, unless they just don't want to waste time with that. But then we say that, and then they're in field goal range by 4 yards, and then now we're the ones that are mad. Really taking this whole backup bowl thing pretty seriously, as they're also joining in, and they're the ones that need the win. Good little push. That ball is not great. Oh, we got to do better than that. Oh, we got to do way better than that. Duggar's got to do so much better than that. Will it truly matter? I don't know. They look like they were going to get a field goal no matter what anyways. And they're going to get more than that potentially. So with a throw like that, you don't really hate it. See what they do. They're going to just kick the field goal. They actually even go for the touchdown here. Man coverage has been pretty bad for us, but I think you press man and hope you've done enough to where the quarterback's going to throw it away. Because okay. Yep, that'll be fun. I'm sure he'll get back over there. Okay, fair enough. Field goal, which will put them up by 6. Bills have done a pretty good job so far. We did well climbing back in a tougher kind of situation. It was supposed to be a 10-point deficit, but we climbed back to make it 6. And also with our speedy return men, at least Thornton, could break something free with 1 second left. Who knows? It's going to be Thornton. I mean, why not return it? And trying to use the speed. Somehow caught up. To the 18-yard line, it'll be a 6-point deficit. I'm going to be honest with you, the win-loss across the league probably doesn't matter too much to us. Get a better idea maybe of who we're playing against, but even then it probably doesn't matter. But yeah, unfortunately, the Dolphins do have that tiebreaker bait. Hopefully I read it right. I'm pretty sure we calculated it correctly. We are done for. Wow, it's the country's with a total blackout. Minnesota barely leading the Detroit Lions, who I imagine their season is over. A 75-yard rushing touchdown for Gibbs, though. But, yeah, the Vikings looking really strong. J.J. McCarthy returning for play, apparently. Titans versus the Texans. The Texans, both teams really out of the playoffs, are still handling their business 21-6 over their division rival. And then for the final game, we're going to see Miami. We're not. We're going to see another bitter rivalry. The Packers versus the Bears. With the Packers losing by 3, probably desperately needing this win as they would go 10-7 and I would imagine make the playoffs. Let's take a look at some of these highlight plays. It's been more their side than our side, in my opinion. Ours have been calculated efficiency plays. They've had a couple of big-time, kind of touchdowns. You can see there's one of them right there. Defense has really been getting diced all game long. It's not going to be these players, but we're going to throw it medium, and we are going to defend short. Some positions stay the same, but about 70% of the starters have been pulled. As Wallace is going to have a chance at a return. Once again, the guy just finds a way to return the ball nicely to the 30-yard line. Try to bounce that left. Couldn't last second. And here we are with Joe Milton. Haven't seen him really all season long. There's been a couple of close calls that we almost get into a blowout, but it doesn't quite happen. Gibson, who actually started the season off pretty nicely on the ground, is going to get back into some major action here in the second half. Watch the backups are better than the freaking starters. That'd be crazy. Milton with another handoff is going to give that ball to Gibson, who gains 3. Offensive line-wise, though, not really much changing. Just the right tackle. Wide receivers, obviously, besides Polk, are all going to be coming out. Polk, I think, is just really smart and doesn't really need to worry about injury too much. He is our wide receiver 1, so it is a little weird to see the backups coming out, but he's still in. But he is just, I feel like he's just too smart to really make a bad mistake. And there goes Milton with a really nice throw to the outside for 7. The guy's got some arm strength. What can we say? Let's run the ball again. Gibson, who started off the half okay. Nothing crazy spectacular. 3 to 5 yards in that range each run. It adds up. You go with the outs. Last throw of Milton was pretty good on that kind of short out. And we were about to take that, which would have been an ill-advised throw, let's be real. Let's go back to another short type of play. Gibson on the screen pass. And he will get out there. The throw is perfect. We get out there with a block. Gibson tries to break it left. Can't. 8 yards. Our new right tackle, though, is Mr. Caden Wallace. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe he even gets a job next season. As we're going to keep this. Wait, that was so weird how he, ran towards the running back and then gave it up. 58-yard field goal. Joey Sly's getting tested more than anyone out here. This is a long kick. And that's not even going to be close. I mean, it's going to be close, but we're going to miss it. I didn't want to hit red because then the thing would have went wobbly. And unfortunately, even though it's a really long kick, we fall short slightly. Just need a little more. As soon as I released it, I knew it was a GG. I mean, who didn't, to be fair? As we are going to get beat to the left side for 4. Maybe it's good for this team to break their winning streak as well as we're heading into the playoffs. Usually don't get to hold too long of a win streak from regular season into the Super Bowl, so. And he's going to be out there one-on-one. Hawkins is going to do enough to bring him down. A loss of 4 on the play. Last game is basically preseason. Who would have thought? Marte. Inside against the running back who beats us. Oh, no. Marcus Jones, no! He's on him, but a great catch by Curtis Samuel will give them the 2-possession lead. I mean, what can you do about that? Marcus Jones, who is obviously already undersized as is almost step for step with him. It's just the size is really the big difference there. Unfortunately, just possessions him. I'm not saying that's why Marcus Jones got benched, but that is kind of why Marcus Jones got benched. Shaun Wade was obviously pretty good in preseason as well. Hawkins, one-on-one again. Gets a little help this time, and the bait out works. They do not get the 2-point conversion. We're now down by 12. Thornton with the lead block. Or with the nothing block. Nice slip off, but Thornton should have had that guy and didn't go for him. Might need to be a little more aggressive if we're going to try to win this game, though. Polk on that deep post. No, he got bumped by his own guy. That's a good try while, running against the grain, and the receiver's running away from him as well. I'm surprised that ball was even as close as it was, really. I don't know how I feel about a run. Of course, we're coming out with, the craziest plays. Let's see it. Thornton, nice route, actually. Oh, he's got speed. Tries to cut in to get that block. Really good stuff. Teamwork is there. Osborne with a nice block. Would also love to see Bell just go off, Give me a reason to start you next year. As Thornton's going to get involved again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Thornton. It's just, I keep seeing Thornton, even though it's Thornton, in fairness. But we've seen the other guys do really well, too, and it's worked out. It's just a situation of having too many good players, which isn't a bad thing. 5 yards for Gibson. Maybe you just see Thornton traded to a team that really wants him for a decent value. Bell cooking. Let him cook. Slips off the tackle as well. Do I like Bell or do I love Bell? That's the real question that I have. Can we throw this? I want to get rid of this play action because I might quick throw this to Thort. Nope, they baited us out. I'm going to take that drag. I got to say, Joe Milton's kind of cooking up. Really good job by Polk there for about 13, 14, 15. At that rate, I was just counting. I didn't know what damn yardage he had. Gibson, not a bad receiving back. Let's see what he can do on this slant. Bell. It's going to be right in. I tried to throw it over him, and it didn't work. Great drive ruined. Oh, good try on that hit. Milton tried to slam him. I knew it as soon as I threw it. I wasn't going to get that up in the air. I wanted a touch pass, and it came out as a bullet again. I'm just a bot. Unbelievable drive ruined right at the end by just stupidity. All that clock wasted for them. I knew that was going to be the beat. I trust Shaun Wade, but I also know that leverage was there. I knew that it was probably going to be GG. Almost the fourth quarter, down 12. It's not looking good. And we got this stupid crap again where the guy won't follow the player. Try to bait it, couldn't get it. Huge strip! Recovered by Hawkins, who's been great ever since he stepped onto the field. Curtis Samuel thinking, oh, the backups are in. I can just juke anyone I want. And, he gets sloppy with the ball, and the game is still potentially had. That was a great strip. Landed on the ball. Didn't even realize it was the ball, I don't think. Beautiful. All right, Joey. He's probably never wanted to ever hear that in his life. Calling him Joey's probably a crime. It's a good throw to Thornton, who's got speed. Oh, Osborne's been great at blocking, but did not get it that time, unfortunately. Good throw, though. Do you have time for a corner out? We might. It's a tough throw. It's another dot, though. Joe Milton's throwing is not a problem. It's our decision-making that is. End of the second quarter, it's a 12-point game. Huge strip by Hawkins keeps this game alive. I didn't even actually see if Josh Allen's back in the game yet, by the way. He might now be, but was he already? I'm going to give Bell again. I mean, especially with a backup quarterback in, we're not going to be doing crazy things. They want to give me the opening. I'm going to take it. Overthinking it, but it works out as Bell's going to get another big play. Huge hit, but to the 13. Could you imagine? The Bills lose to the backups. Arguably did better against our starters than our backups. That's pretty good coverage. Not good enough as Thornton has just done well. It just sounds like Thornton, even when I put Thornton. Thornton. I sounded really stupid there. Really good throw, really good catch, and a one possessioner. Oh, what a freaking footwork there. Footwork? Sure, hope it does. Schooler, that, I mean, when I seen the word schooler, I was thinking of other things. Oh, Lord. Get him, Schooler. Nope. Gain 7. I don't know how long Josh Allen has been back for, but obviously he is back. I don't also know how you keep your in the zone when you literally stepped off the field. You weren't even in the game. Oh, free play. And he's going to throw a pick, which really sucks. Wow, look at the speed of Josh Allen. What a cutback, but it's going to be for nothing. That cut is filthy. That should not be allowed. How can you tackle that man in the open field with a cut like that? As Keon, no, it's Ojulari actually, is offsides, and the amazing game-leading touchdown is gone. But let's be real, though, especially for a linebacker, safety technically, to do what he just did, that cut was freaking disgusting. Bull Rush, White does a good job. Oh my God, we're not paying attention. That is a pick for, who was it, Marcus Dial, I think? Got to dial it in. I really hope it was Dial, because then it's more fun that way. It was actually Marco Wilson, I believe. As Schooler's going to get out there and do a really good job. Can we get some help, Keon? Thank you. Obviously in a pretty good spot to at least make this an 8-point game, but could also score. It's not even just that, though. Good cutback. Wow, look at the movements. Huge hit and a first down almost for Shakir. Ring in the heat. Got no choice. Everyone line up better, please. Okay, we're not ready at all. The outside is like naked. Oh, he's going the wrong way. Strip. They're going to call it a first down. It was so close. Oh, I can't believe that. That's heartbreaking. First down for the Bills. The clock will continue. Their chances of scoring a touchdown will continue. I'm going to try to get there with Bentley, which we do. A gain of only 2. Run defense has been great. Obviously, we still have some starters out there. Bentley, Mapu, Wise, Ojulari. Just got pushed way off the play. Good job inside. Godshaw. Let's move him back a little bit. Marcus Jones being a starter, though, it is scary. Boundary for him is just not good. They're going to run the ball, which is a little weird, as they will give us a chance. They probably could have wasted a little more time to make it the 2-minute, though. But that's fine. It'll be an 8-point game with the offense having a chance to tie it up against the Bills' ones. Do we get the block? Dial not going to have it. 2:02 in the fourth. Clock's not really a problem, so we will probably return it if it looks good. I'm all about winning, and kick return touchdown would be a hell of a way to get on the board, as we're not even going to get to the 25. 2-minute warning. Catch them off guard here, as they usually expect that the corner routes to kind of like intersect. Bell with wow, he died. It's a close one. It's a good route, but the throw's behind him. I don't know if we're just not stepping into the throw or what, but like it is really annoying that every throw where we could lead them for the first is just not hit. And that throw, I don't even know if it was bad, but Osborne was kind of slow out the break, as it's only 3rd down, and we already find our way on 3rd and 10 for a screen pass. And he gets killed, but it does good enough. Get out there. Good block, and Gibson will show off just enough speed to get that edge. First down on 3rd and 10. You would think they would learn, but they will not. This play is always so hit or miss. Sometimes you don't even get the time to decide where you want to go. Running back's open. I need him to run through that play. Nice broken tackle. Good juke move. Gets out of bounds. I need him to stop slowing down to the flat. You're not even into the zone yet that I want you at. Oh, we get hit as we're throwing. Kind of stepped into it because I was getting ready to release the contract. Polk on the curl. Kind of wish we had it shorter because he's kind of on that. Bell's open, though. And Milano can't bring him down. He'll gain 9. Clock's wasting away, but a first down is needed. So we will run it, and we get a lot more than just the first down anyways, to the 33. Bills fans can't believe what they're watching right now. They're watching our number 2s driving down the field to potentially get the game to overtime. Maybe shouldn't have went out of bounds there because we don't even need the clock that much. And there is an injury. Is that Caden Wallace? The irony of that, him coming in, the only offensive lineman to replace someone else is the one that's injured. Gibson for 5. Try to get that clock moving again. We're playing it really risky, but at the end of the day, I think you don't want to give Buffalo more than even 20 seconds to score. We've seen the Chiefs versus the Bills. We are football watchers. Uh-oh. We are also a team that is now sacked. Really wish that move for Polk wasn't so far over. Wish it was more shallow than that. Thornton, touchdown. I kind of want to dive short, and you can't. 26 seconds, though, is... I mean, it's not a lot of time. You guys know we love stick. Let's see if we can get it. Under center, though. That's what worries me. Is there any audibles? Whatever. Polk. Tough, and he throws it too shallow. That might have just been us releasing it too soon, though. Oh, it's an onside kick or nothing. Wait, what? I said heavy onside kick. What is this? Well, we have no chance to stop them now because we have to call a timeout. Oh, crap. That's heavy kickoff. I thought it was heavy onside. I didn't realize it said... Okay. That's my fault. Well, that's kind of a sell. Oh, yeah. I'm sure he holds on like that. Huge blast of a hit on MVS. We're going to lose by 2, unfortunately. The Bills will keep their playoff hopes technically alive. Will it matter, though? Probably not. I will say our chances of winning the game, even if we get the stop, it was all on the onside kick, right? Also, maybe lax them a little bit more because they're like, okay, well, you know, if as long as we recover it, it's all right. Either way, that will be the loss. But the defense, I think, I mean, the team, the 2s, some 3s, they held their own. And I don't know if we're ready for the playoffs or not, but we at least look about as good as usual. So at the end of the day, it's not like we crapped the bed. We just didn't win. You know, the Bills kind of played it safe. Kind of, but at the same time, we did take away that ball. We did take away that game from them a little bit. Drake made the offense. Obviously, there was some ups and some downs. For the most part, there was ups. And, of course, that play for Marcus Jones, there's not really much he could do. He's undersized. Hawkins was great when he came into that game, though. Maybe we have something there with safety in the future. And then, of course, they had a couple of really big plays that were ultimately the difference in this one. Let's take a look at the stat line as Joe Milton threw a pick, but 209 yards, 72% completion percentage for a guy that only played the second half, despite Josh Allen playing the whole, well, I guess to be fair, Trubisky came in, who was perfect, by the way, 8 for 8, 108 yards and a touchdown, but yeah, the backup bowl, if you will. Stevenson, his worst game yet, 4 for 12 with 3.0 yards per carry. Gibson was okay. Of course, Stevenson did come away with a touchdown. Did we do enough for Polk to hold on a Rookie of the Year, though? That's what I worry about. Thornton was great. Samuel was great. Bell had some plays. Gibson had some plays. Dalton Kincaid's injured for them. Sacks, 2 for Ed Oliver, a pick for Taylor Rapp, and a missed kick for Sly that, now I think about it, kind of cost us the game. We have an upgrade for Jacoby Brissett, who is in 70 overall, actually. Some okay ratings. Everything's in the 80s now, which is pretty cool. Very good. I mean, we got backups on backups. Let's be real. Jacoby Brissett maybe could have even played that game, but Milton, I think, is a longer-term backup. Obviously, rookie deal. But let's go on to the wild card round and find out about these stats and awards. Did we win any? Did we get snubbed on some? And who is the playoff team we're going to be playing against? Is it going to be the Miami Dolphins? That's what we worry about. If it's the Miami Dolphins, and it is the Raiders. 9-8 Raiders making the playoffs. I did not expect that. I really did not. We have some storylines. We have some mock drafts. We have a lot of stuff going on, so that's why this is a single game episode. I guess we'll take a quick look at that mock draft real quick. So we are projected where? Where do they got us going? They have us at, where the hell were we? 25, going cornerback Justin Jackson, another Jackson cornerback. Okay, fair enough. As far as the storylines go, I think I'll actually hold that for the next episode because it's going to be directly tied with the actual game itself. So we're just going to be looking at our stats, our awards. Stevenson got snubbed. He got sniped for rushing yards, all the way down at number 3 even, but might still win best running back because not only is in the AFC, but also those touchdowns are really high. Looking at Drake May, though, 4,389 yards, 34 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Really good season, 110 passer rating, 67% completion percentage, averaging just under 260 yards per game. Sacks, got sacked 19 times. His average per attempt was 10.2, and his longest throw of the season was 70. Looking at the rushing numbers, 1451 anyways for Stevenson on 5.2 yards per carry and 20 rushing touchdowns, the true bell cow, if you will. Receivers, only one guy into the 1,000 mark. Obviously, Baker, he didn't start right away. It was Kendrick Bourne for a while, but Polk over 1,000, Henry just under 1,000. Really good season from him. Douglas is a slot. That's not bad. Stevenson, 0 touchdowns receiving, which is kind of crazy, but 648 yards, which is great. Baker, 467, 4 touchdowns. He can definitely build on that. And then Jaheim Bell, he had a lot of really good plays when he was actually out there. Blocking-wise, no sacks allowed. Wait. Oh, that's Jake Andrews. I was thinking of David Andrews. No sacks allowed for Cole Strange, believe it or not. Could that be a dev up? Who freaking knows? Everyone else gave up 4 on the nose, which is kind of weird. Defensively, only one guy on our team, Jelani Tavai, got over 100 tackles. Sacks, 12.5 for Uche, despite missing several games. Ojulari wasn't on our team from the whole start, so I'm not going to judge him. 5.5 for probably only half a season is actually pretty good, promising for next year. Barmore, I will admit, was a little lackluster. Dietrich Wise had a better season than him, which is not a good sign. Keon White actually did pretty well, too, as a rotational guy. And then as far as interceptions goes, 9 interceptions for Gonzalez, which I imagine led the league. You then have Juwan Bentley at 5, Tavai at 4, Wade and Jones at 3, Marcus Jones, Peppers, and Hawkins at 1 apiece. Forced fumbles, 3 for Bentley, 2 for Peppers and Duggar, 1 for Tavai, Jonathan Jones, Jalen Hawkins, Ojulari, and White. And then as far as touchdowns go, we ended up having 4 on the year, 2 for Sean Wade, 1 for Jelani Tavai, and then 1 for Christian Gonzalez. Kicking, we had 1 extra point blocked, and we missed 3 kicks out of 21, which is a pretty good season. Punting, it was a lot of angled and, kind of directional punts, so not going to judge his yards per punt too much. Wallace on the returns was actually better yards per return than Thornton, which I just didn't think was going to be the possibility. And then punt returnage, not bad. Before we go into the awards, kind of want to take a quick glance across the league. We have the number 1 yards guy in Dak Prescott. And of course, with the touchdowns and picks, definitely very high up there, maybe even the MVP. Brock Purdy's up there too, though. As far as Drake May, though, number 2. Touchdowns, Drake May, number 5. Look at all these other guys. These guys have done it for a couple of years now at least, and some of them a lot more than a couple of years. So number 5 for touchdowns, number 2 for passing yards. As far as completion percentage goes, obviously Dak is way up there. A lot of the quarterbacks are way up there. 74 for Hurts, 73 for Tunga Vailoa, 71 for Purdy, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I mean, we are way down there, and which is crazy is 67% is actually really good. So just a league of very accurate quarterbacks this year. Passer rating does go to Tua Tagovailoa, but I still would argue that Brock Purdy might have had the better year. Little surprised that his passer rating is even higher. There it is, about to say, unless it's something else, which it was. The yards per attempt a lot higher for Tua. As far as viable quarterbacks that kind of count, Drake May was the number 1 yards per attempt guy. Trubisky, technically number 1, is actually the guy we just played against, ironically enough. But let's now take a look at running backs, where Christian McCaffrey is the number 1 running back in the league. As far as touchdowns go, it definitely is Stevenson, though. Yards per attempt, not going to count that. Nick Chubb, then Christian McCaffrey, then Stevenson. So Stevenson, who is nowhere near just like a pure power guy, he is a pure power guy, and the other guys are not pure power guys. Keeping up with the big dogs, though, which is really impressive. Most fumbles probably does go to Stevenson. It does. He had that really weird stretch where he was just fumbling everything. Broken tackles, number 1, does go to McCaffrey. But I also argue that it's not fair because there's probably a lot of times where Stevenson breaks the tackle, but gets tackled by someone else middle animation, so it doesn't count because it didn't finish. Yards after contact, though, Stevenson is way ahead of the bunch, which is why I argue, how can you be that high of yards after contact but have less tackles broken, right? Like, you surely... Of course, looking at the longest rush of the season, Aaron Jones, of all players, has the 98-yarder. Stevenson also kind of proving how consistent he is by being only at 52 for his long, yet here he is all the way up on a lot of different awards, or not awards, but stat lines. Yards, number 1 goes to Cooper Kupp. I don't know why I was going to say Christian McCaffrey again. And then, of course, Polk just slipping into the top 10, which he's the only rookie in there. As far as touchdowns go, Polk is also not even close on the list. Stuck at 10. Rookie's not going to be on there. So I'm not really sure where Lad McConkey finished. But considering I haven't seen his name yet, feeling pretty good about our chances at Rookie of the Year. Longest catch of the season goes to Jahan Dotson. The number 1 yards after catch guy is Kupp. And then it's Stevenson. Look at how many yards. Literally every single yard he's gotten was after the catch, which makes sense because he's a big screen guy for us. Blocking, the best blocker, technically, in my opinion, would have been... I mean, we're not even able to see him because all the guys are like... I guess it's Tyron Smith, only allowing 1 sack as a tackle. A lot of other guys, 1 or 0, but guard not as hard to give. Oh, actually, I want to see the highest amount of sacks. Fuago at 16, but yeah, not super hard to avoid allowing sacks when you're a guard or a center compared to tackle. Most tackles in the league goes to Zaire Franklin. Most tackles for a loss in the league goes to Max Crosby. Most sacks in the league goes to Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons at 18.5. We don't see our guy in the list, though, which tells you that there could be some guys missing from this list. Number 1 picks is Bland, but obviously we know Gonzalez had 4 more picks than that. 4 more years. Let's take a look at touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, Sean Wade has a higher amount than that. A couple of safeties in there. What about forced fumbles? Any crazy fumble forcers? Joke. Bentley is for some reason there, but the other guys aren't. Joke with 6 recoveries, though, which is kind of crazy. 6 recoveries, 5 fumble return yardage. That's really low. Number 1 kicker in the league, let's say anyone with 100%. It technically would be Blankenship, but I don't even know if I would consider that to count. Badgley was sort of the best kicker. Maybe Jason Sanders, if not him, especially since there's a missed extra point in there. Punting, the number 1 punter goes to Morstead. And the kick return, punt return game, we have 1 kick return on the entire league. Mostert, who only had 7 returns for 239. I wonder if he got injured. And then we have the other side where you could see Tyreek Hill led the league and also had a touchdown. 4 guys with punt return touchdowns. Yards per punt return were actually kind of up there. Yards per kick return were also somewhat up there. But that's pretty much going to be it for the stats. It is now time to move on to the awards. Did we hold our end of the bargain on anything? Let's also take a look at the Player of the Week. You can see the Player of the Week award wins there. Yearly award, who wins MVP? It is going to be Dak Prescott. I thought it may have been Purdy because of the touchdown to pick ratio, but nope, it goes to Dak Prescott. And Drake May was actually on the list. I did not think he was going to be with all those picks. Maybe he will actually win Rookie of the Year. We'll find out. Number 9 there. Coach of the Year somehow goes to anyone not named us. I don't know how that's physically possible. Raheem Morris, I guess. Maybe. The Colts, I mean, they should be better. Falcons, I mean, yeah, we're the team that exceeded expectations. And speaking of exceeding expectations, Ramondre Stevenson wins Offensive Player of the Year. What an award win there. Defensive Player of the Year, Gonzalez all the way at number 5 with those picks. Uche at number 10 with his saxophone. Number 1 on Offensive Rookie of the Year, we definitely would have rather had this have May, because I don't know if he's even going to go up in Dev, but we do know Polk will because he won the award. Baker at number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we're not on the list. Quarterback, we were at number 7. Number 1 running back goes to Ramondre Stevenson. No one is surprised. Wide receiver at 3 for Polk, so he's a Pro Bowler on top of it. O-line, the best, non-high overall on the list. Layden Robinson, but I mean, he doesn't count. He didn't even start. And then D-line, we have Uche at number 4. Linebacker, we have at number 8. DB, we have at number 1. And then kicker at number 7. So we actually cleaned up shop with some awards. There are also some Pro Bowl berths in there, if you will. Obviously, you say berth because if we win it and make it to the Super Bowl, we're not in there. But yeah, we're definitely due some dev-ups after the season is over once we get to the Super Bowl round, which is awesome. So we definitely have some dev-ups guaranteed. Polk, Ramondre Stevenson, Gonzalez I would guarantee. Uche, hopefully, probably. And then potentially Drake May. We'll see what happens there. Anyways, if you guys enjoy this one and you're excited for the playoffs, which will be next episode tomorrow, I imagine, as the last video of the day, maybe let me know by leaving a like, subscribing if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. And that is basically it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys come back for next video. But until next video,